Hello, welcome back. These are the instructions for successfully completing Module 10. Module 10 will be covering Chapter 10 of your OER. The focus of this chapter is emotion and motivation. You need to read the OER chapter carefully, as well as review the PowerPoint slides. As usual, you have specific assignments for this module that need to be completed by the due dates. These assignments include your module discussion post as well as your module quiz. Let's think for a moment about emotion and motivation. In psychology, emotion and motivation are often studied together because we're interested in the biological processes that are shared between these two areas. I'd like to start off by talking a little bit about emotion, and in particular, the difference between primary and secondary emotions. I want you to think about primary emotions as the emotions that are easily recognized right at birth. Sometimes you'll see these primary emotions also called universal emotions. This is due to the fact that the primary or universal emotions are recognized in all cultures around the globe. If you think about that for a moment, you can see how powerful the primary emotions are. The primary emotions allow us to quickly communicate how we're feeling to others. Those others might include people or even other animals. There's no need to rely on verbal communication if we can quickly give information about how we're feeling just based on facial expression. Now, take a moment and think about secondary emotions. These are what we call the socialized emotions. They're dependent on the cultural value systems where individuals are raised. For this reason, we will see that secondary emotions vary across cultures. The next thing I'd like to talk about is a primary theory of motivation in psychology. In your OER, you will see Maslow's hierarchy of human needs. This is an important humanistic theory. This theory aims to explain how it is that humans are motivated to engage in specific behaviors and interactions. At the base of the hierarchy are the biological or physiological needs. Take, for example, the idea that all humans require water, food, warmth, sleep, and oxygen. As those lower biological needs are met, there is movement in terms of motivation up the hierarchy to what are called the psychological needs. At the very top of the hierarchy is the psychological need of self-actualization. Maslow's theory hypothesized that only about 10% of the human population actually reached self-actualization in their lifetime. This is interesting because the theory argues that as we're not able to meet that highest psychological need, we will be continually motivated to engage in behavior that centers on self-growth and actualization. Okay, so just remember that if you're having any questions or concerns about the class, you're more than welcome to either email me or post those issues on the questions discussion board. I will see you shortly in the instructions for Module 11.